Andre Lopez. What a name, huh? Andre Lopez is under a little bit of fire here for an incredibly inappropriate interaction. Let's first start with Tony Lopez. Real quick recap from the information that I was able to gather, which was pretty much everything available to my knowledge, was that Tony Lopez, at 20 years old, never engaged with anybody under 15, at least not sexually. Looking back on it, like on hindsight, it looks like he was rather methodical. He may have, and this is speculative because we have no proof, we have no actual hard evidence on it, but he may have known these girls were 15, but didn't engage with them until they were 16 for whatever reason. Still very inappropriate. But with the apology, it's like, it's on that border where it's like, okay, I don't think he's a predator, but it's definitely something that should not be happening. With that being said, his brother, 23-year-old Andre Lopez, it's really no excuse. So the story is this, and it is still generally speculative. I normally wouldn't go into it, but there's a lot of additional outside factors that add a little bit of validity to this. So let's just keep in mind that none of this is proven, and I want to say that as like a disclaimer, because I do believe in due process, but based on the information we have, it's pretty suspicious. So Andre Lopez, the story goes that they were having a party at their hype house, and there was drinking involved, and a 14-year-old girl got drunk, and I don't know if she got drunk, but they ended up engaging physically, if you know what I mean. So 23-year-old Andre Lopez, I think the girl's 14 or 15, so 9-year age difference. Now, some people are saying that the response is, well, she never told age. And I want you guys to understand a couple of reasons why this is absolutely bullshit. It's an absolute bullshit fucking excuse, okay? Now, one, you could go with the obvious, well, 14-year-olds look like they're 14-year-olds, right? But the other one is this. It was inside of a hype house, right? It's inside of a hype house. I really cannot see how they somehow were able to get this girl in a hype house without like an ID. Now, Tyler Blumman, that's a great point. Were they ID'd? The only thing is maybe they didn't ID, but or rather maybe she proposed a fake ID, right? But that's a stretch. I very highly doubt that happened. But hey, maybe it could have happened. Honestly, I don't believe that. I don't know how a 14-year-old got into this hype house. To be absolutely honest with you, like, this isn't just like a hype house full of a bunch of collected people of like, hey, we're friends. No, this isn't like a friend house. This is a business house. This is a business house where what they do is they take a lot of their money, like the business house takes a lot of their money and they use that to pay for the house. And, you know, the requirements for being in there is you have to stay viral, yada, yada, yada. There's like a bunch of requirements. So this is a business house. There's no reason that anybody that goes in there, everybody should be ID'd in some capacity, right? Right? 14-year-old, right? In a party with drinking. So we could even assume that, let's say she said she was 18 as a 14-year-old. No reason an 18-year-old should have been in a house with drinking, right? So really don't buy the excuse of I didn't know her age. 14 years old? Nah, not buying that one. So basically, here's the information we have, and it's rather speculative. It's going to be difficult to play this on here because it's very, very low, so I'm probably not even really going to try it. I'm just going to sum it up. Yeah, you can't really hear it, but this is supposedly a video of this girl on this account, Saint Baby, her mom having a conversation with Ondreaz Lopez. This was in California. Ondreaz Lopez, about how what he did was wrong and that they need to meet up and have a conversation about it. Now, it's a little bit bizarre to me. That interaction seems a little bizarre to me. I don't know why he would even pick up the phone. I don't know if this is true. To be honest with you, this by itself, not super believable. When it comes to this video here, this is a court order apparently, or some kind of a summons, or you know, something saying that basically they're suing Tony Lopez. And this person sent it to Hannah Stocking, right? Again, by itself, this could be very easily forged. The reason why I tend to have a little bit more of, like, I don't know if I necessarily believe it, but the reason why I feel like it has a pretty reasonable amount of validity is because Hannah Stocking, as well as a bunch of other large creators, and for context, Hannah Stocking was, I guess, the ex-boyfriend or girlfriend of Andre, broke up. I believe they broke up. she removed him off of TikTok, Instagram, not just removed him, but like removed all videos, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. There's a video of her like crying. I believe it's on this page on her Instagram live right here, right? She was crying on her Instagram live, right? So it seems bizarre to me that she would unfollow him unless something actually happened. That's kind of my take here. I don't know. That if we wanted to, and we have to play a little bit of devil's advocate, the only possible explanation for this entire thing to happen in order for Ondreaz to be innocent would be if somehow they're just subscribing to the story to protect their own platform. Right? You'd have to assume that like they don't care if it's true or not, because I think Charlie and Dixie and other creators also removed them. They would have to just assume like, we're gonna like we have to think that they were just trying to cover their own asses. Now, is it possible? Maybe things can get a little violent, but so far, I don't know. You know, if like I keep saying, right? These videos here, the phone call video. The phone call video and this like this suing thing, it's kind of nothing by itself. But I would imagine that here's the thing: if Hannah Stocking, Ondreaz's girlfriend, listened to the audio here and then felt like that was enough information to disengage, I'm thinking that it might actually be true, because I don't know Ondreaz's voice over the phone. Right? But I would imagine that Hannah Stocking would, unless we add an additional degree of conspiracy where they had some random person that sounded like Ondreaz Lopez call up to propose this very, very intense conspiracy. Now, this was a year and a half ago. All right, let's say that's true, and Ondreaz was 21 and the girl was 14. Still not acceptable. Okay? So far, to sum it up, okay, there's still not enough proof to move forward, but based on the context that Hannah Stocking unfollowed and basically disavowed Ondreaz Lopez after listening to the call, leads me to believe that it actually would be him. Again, I'm not going to say it is, but the only way that wouldn't be true is if they had like a fucking look-alike, sound-alike of Ondreaz call on here. This would be a very deep, complex conspiracy. There's also a video in here where supposedly they have pictures or videos of them in the Hype House. So he actually smashed her. Yeah, he went at it. So with all this information so far, looking very guilty. Just saying. And
here's the short version.
Yeah. So
our pedo.
And I want to end this with this. I want to end it with this. Okay. This, for context, I'm not trying to be fucking Keemstar here that just says things with no substance and just in a way that's suggestive of the fact. But I want to play this because this may not even be the Lopez brothers she's referring to, but it sounds like it could be. I'm not saying it is. It sounds like it could be. Let you draw your own conclusions. With everything going on, and even with me kind of defending Tony Lopez, saying that like he's gross, but I wouldn't call it predatory if he stopped, whatever. It's still, he's a gross guy, and his brother's disgusting, and this might be them based on their character profiles. Again, not saying it is, just listen for yourselves, okay? This is Megnutt talking to the Sync Cup a while back. What is this? This is in what is it, October? Just listen.
A lot of these bigger creators are pedophiles.
Really? What stories do you have?
I met these like two bigger creators that are close, and they just lied to me about their ages, and they're really blowing up right now, and I'm just like, vibe, like, do your thing. But it wasn't even the fact like they were like in their 20s. It was like the fact like you lied about being an age.
Yeah.
And like that's the weird part. And they told me they wanted to have like a threesome with me. Nice. And I was like, y'all are related. The fuck?
They're related?
Yes.
Are they twins or are they different ages?
No, they're different. I mean, we didn't do anything. I didn't want to, but it's just the fact, like, it's just the fact of.
That is fucked.
You do you. You do you. All I'm gonna say.
So listen, again, I'm not saying it's them, right? But I don't know. After everything that's going on, I could see the Lopez brothers trying to fuck a girl together. I'm just saying. Just saying. It seems it's a little sus to me, guys. It's a little sus. That's all I'm saying, guys.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.